James was a young man. He worked in a reputed firm as an architect. Recently, he married a girl named Mealy. Mealy had completed her graduation. She was not interested in cooking. Her mother, Ella, often told her to learn cooking. But Mealy always laughed.
I will marry a man who loves me. Not my food.
Ella just smiled. After marriage, some days James brought food or ordered online. One early morning, after a week, Mealy went into the kitchen. She made boiled eggs, tea, toasted bread, and an omelette. When she was placing the food on the table, James came in. He was ready for the office.
Breakfast is ready. Thanks,
He said with a smile and sat down. Mealy poured tea into his cup and sat with him. James picked up an egg, but it was not fully cooked. He quietly put it back on the plate. Mealy felt ashamed.
I think it's not fully cooked. But I tried.
James smiled.
don't worry.
Then he picked up a slice of bread and took a bite. One side was too burnt. He slowly put it down and started sipping tea. Mealy said slowly,
Actually, I am not good at cooking. You know, I focused on my studies. I was never interested in cooking.
James smiled.
Don't worry. I will make dinner when I return.
Mealy smiled.
Thank you.
James stood up.
Okay. I'm going now.
He left for the office. That evening, James came home from the office. He freshened up. Then he sat down in the lounge. Mealy brought tea and placed it in front of him. James smiled.
Thank you.
He took a sip and asked.
So, what's for dinner?
Mealy hesitated a little.
I was thinking. Maybe something simple. Or we can order.
James smiled gently.
No problem.
After finishing his tea, he stood up.
Come. Let's go to the kitchen.
Mealy quietly followed him into the kitchen. James started preparing the food. Mealy watched quietly.
What are you making?
James smiled.
Just a simple vegetable omelette and toasted bread.
He chopped vegetables, cooked the omelette, and toasted the bread. Soon, the food was ready. He placed it on the table.
Now, taste it.
Mealy took a small piece, put it on her plate, and tasted it. Her eyes lit up.
Oh. It's so yummy.
James smiled.
Really?
Mealy nodded happily.
Yes. It's very good.
They both smiled and started eating together. One night, James told Mealy,
My best friend Arthur has invited us to dinner tomorrow. He got married a year ago. He and his wife want us to join them for dinner.
Mealy smiled with excitement.
Oh, that's great. After marriage. We didn't really go anywhere. You are always busy with your work.
She added.
Maybe his wife will become my friend too.
James smiled gently.
Yes, her name is Emma. She is very kind.
Mealy nodded happily.
Then I am really looking forward to meeting her.
The next evening, Mealy got ready for dinner. James came home from the office and also got ready. Mealy asked a little nervously.
Am I looking okay? Is my makeup fine? Or is it too much?
James smiled.
No. No. You are looking very nice. Just the way you should be.
Mealy relaxed and smiled. Soon they reached Arthur's house. Arthur and his wife Emma welcomed them warmly. After some time, Emma served dinner. Arthur brought James and Mealy to the dining room. They sat down together. Arthur lifted the lid of a bowl.
Emma, what did you make today?
James was surprised.
You don't even know the menu?
Arthur laughed.
Actually, Emma made everything. She even did the grocery shopping.
Emma quickly added with a smile.
Arthur comes home very tired, so I don't disturb him.
Mealy froze for a moment. The spoon in her hand stopped halfway. She couldn't eat. Arthur looked a little emotional.
You know, after my mom's death, I used to do everything myself. When I came back from the office, I cooked, cleaned everything. But after marriage, Emma takes care of everything. She is a blessing for me.
James smiled gently.
Same with me. Before marriage I used to order food. Or manage somehow after work. But after marriage, Mealy takes care of everything. I'm really lucky.
Mealy slowly looked down. She couldn't even look at James. On the way back, Mealy stayed silent. The next morning, James came into the kitchen. He was surprised to see breakfast already served on the table. Mealy was pouring tea into cups. James smiled and sat down at the table.
Good morning, Mealy.
Mealy smiled back.
Good morning.
James picked up a slice of toast. It was burnt. Mealy hesitated.
I know it's burnt. But I will try to make breakfast properly. I will also note down recipes and learn cooking. I know it may not be right in the beginning. Will you guide me?
James gently put the toast down and smiled.
Mealy. It's okay. You cook or I cook, I have no issue.
Mealy smiled slowly.
I know. But I realized you come home so tired from the office. And then you cook. I am sorry.
Her eyes filled with tears. James smiled.
Okay. We will cook together. Then you will get better.
Mealy looked at him. James said,
So, one day I cook and one day you cook.
Mealy smiled and nodded. James picked up the burnt toast and said,
Now let's eat breakfast. And until you get better, I have to eat burnt toast like this.
He waved the burnt toast slightly. Mealy stared at him for a moment, then laughed. Moral: love is care.